Okay, A to Z Decodes is officially over here on Daily Decodes 812. It just wasn't worth having all the separate channels for separate decodes. I mean, not in a fake world on a fake platform. If you're controlled, you can be successful doing multiple things and growing on this platform, if it were a real world, but it's a fake world, it's a fake platform, everything is controlled. You're not just going to build and grow your channel unless you're selling out to whoever's running the machine, right? I can't grow and be the best at this as a regular person. Remember Hulk Hogan used to tell us, say your prayers, eat your vitamins. This is all BS, okay? So I'm just going to be a regular person, reaching new levels at decoding on this platform. It's always been a hobby of mine, but I'll just continue to grow within myself. And I'm just going to put all my decodes on this channel. I may finish out my top 15 from Arizona famous list. I may finish that on the A to Z channel, just like I'm finishing the letter decodes with the alphabet on the original Math to Con channel. But as of now, all of the trending stories will be here on Daily Decodes 812. And here's one of them right here. You also have a Colorado connection here. Okay, Colorado murder suspect arrested in Gilbert maintains his innocence. He was arrested June 20th in Gilbert. He's accused of killing his wife, Suzanne, in 2020. Her remains were found 3 years later, about 40 miles from where she went missing. Okay. The original case made national headlines in 2020. Suzanne Morphew, a mother of two, was last seen near her home in Salida, Colorado on Mother's Day. She was reported missing after she didn't return home from a bike ride. Here's the backstory. Her husband, Barry, and you see the couple here. Barry was initially charged with first-degree murder in the case, but the charges were dropped. Prosecutors at the time said they didn't have enough evidence to move forward and wanted more time to find her body, but the judge also accused the prosecution of withholding key evidence from the defense. The lead prosecutor in the case, Linda Stanley, was later disbarred, in part for her handling of the case. Suzanne's remains were found 3 years later near the town of Moffat in Colorado, okay? About 40 miles from where she went missing. An Associated Press report stated that an autopsy performed in 2024 found a drug cocktail used to tranquilize wildlife was found in her system. A tranquilizer gun and accessories were found in Barry's home, according to investigators. That brings us to this week when a Colorado grand jury indicted Barry on first-degree murder charges. The Gilbert Police Department says Barry was arrested in Gilbert, Arizona during the morning hours of June 20th by the Arizona Department of Public Safety. So that would be Friday, June 20th. As I'm recording right now, we're on Saturday, the 21st, okay? Federal, state, and local law enforcement have never stopped working towards justice for Suzanne, said 12th Judicial District Attorney Ann Kelly. The 12th Judicial District Attorney's Office stands in solidarity with Suzanne's family and the citizens of Chaffee and Saguache counties. No idea how to pronounce that. In pursuing the grand jury's indictment.
That breaking news we've been following today, Barry Morphew expected to appear in court at any time tonight after his arrest in Arizona. This booking photo was taken this evening in Phoenix. A grand jury here in Colorado indicting him for the murder of his wife Suzanne more than 5 years ago.
A grand jury here in Colorado indicted Morphew on first-degree murder charge 2 days ago, and we are learning more about the evidence that investigators say connects him to the murder.
And it's all about the animal tranquilizers known as BAM that were in Suzanne's body when she died, according to her autopsy. The indictment says ultimately the prescription records show that when Suzanne Morphew disappeared, only one private citizen living in that entire area of the state had access to BAM. Barry Morphew.
And we do have team coverage on this tonight with Greg Nieto with reaction in Salida, where Suzanne Morphew lived. But we do want to begin with Nate Belt at the breaking news desk tonight with what we heard from the chief prosecutor just a couple of hours ago. Nate?
Yeah, guys, as you mentioned, Barry Morphew taken into custody today in Arizona, now held there pending extradition to stand trial in Alamosa County, charged by a grand jury today with the murder of his wife. The indictment gives us a new look at just what happened to Suzanne.
Law enforcement has never stopped working to obtain justice.
12th Judicial District Attorney Ann Kelly says it's been her goal for years to make sure this case was never forgotten about, despite initial charges against Barry Morphew being dropped before his wife's body had even been found in 2023. The autopsy results found in the indictment show first that Suzanne's remains, found in a shallow grave in Saguache County, likely were moved there, citing a lack of animal predation expected if the body had decomposed in that location. The results also show a deer tranquilizer called BAM was in Suzanne's system and had been there before she died. At the time of her disappearance in 2020, only one company in the U.S. sold BAM, and it required a prescription. Records show when Suzanne died, her husband was the only private citizen in the entire area of the state they lived in who had access to BAM. Barry continues to say he's innocent tonight. His attorney David Beller telling us in a statement yet again the government allows their predetermined conclusion to lead their search for evidence. Barry maintains his innocence. The case has not changed and the outcome will not either. DA Kelly says she's proud of the teamwork by her office and many others around the state to get to bring the case back to light.
It is never enough to say we're just going to forget about it because it's too hard. And so that has been the process for me.
As you heard earlier, Morphew could appear in Arizona court as early as tonight before extradition. He's held on a $3 million bond. And if that's posted, he'd have to return to Colorado and be fitted with a GPS tracker. In the newsroom, Nate Belt, Fox 31.
Nate.
All right, so a $3 million bond. Did they say her remains were found 3 years later? I think is what we read. And my mic may have been muted, so I don't know. I may have to edit that out or I'll just leave it. But Mike appears to be fixed here. Prosecutors had said they believed Morphew used a tranquilizer gun in his wife's murder. I'm not hearing any kind of like motive or anything. While searching their home following Suzanne Morphew's disappearance, police found a locked gun safe containing a tranquilizer gun. Let me go ahead and put that in the calculator because I think I don't think I did that, but this is what I do. I'll enter these things on the fly like this, and then we may find connections as we go. Okay, tranquilizer gun. All right, so I don't notice anything right away, but we may come back and revisit that. So I'll just leave that right there. Now, I want to show you that I'm very confident that this is a fake story, okay? And I'm not saying none of this, it happened or it didn't happen, all right? But it's a guarantee that this is by this code, all right? Look at this right here, okay? So the original case made national headlines in 2020. Suzanne Morphew, a mother of two, was last seen near her home in Salida, Colorado on Mother's Day. Look at this right here. Colorado's got 83 like mother. All right. And this dude arrested in Gilbert, Arizona. But she's last seen in Colorado on Mother's Day. Look at that. They said her remains found in a shallow grave. Look, Mother 83 in the language. Colorado 83. Murder has 83. You also get 38 with Colorado, 38 with murder. And if you don't know, a lot of us do in this decoding community, killing equals 38, RIP equals 38, death also equals 38. Mother's Day, mother also has that M like murder. Morgue also equals 83, another M, okay? But check that out. And Colorado is the 38th state. You see that right there? Colorado's the 38th state. Isn't that amazing when Colorado equals 38? Murder 38. You see right there? Colorado murder suspect arrested in Gilbert, Arizona, maintains his innocence. Okay? Maintains his innocence. That's why they said he was what did they say? He was originally the charges were dropped or whatever originally, I think is what it said. So check this out. And you see right here, Barry Morphew is accused of killing his wife, Suzanne, in 2020. Look at their names. They sync up nicely here in the reduction ciphers. Look at this. 72 and 63. Barry Morphew, his wife, Suzanne Morphew, both got the 72 and 63. And they're saying being held on a $3 million bond. Her remains were found 3 years later in a shallow grave. Look at the founding anniversary of Colorado. The first day of the 8th month, Suzanne Morphew equals 180 in the reverse cipher, and 180 is like the first day of the 8th month. You see that? And if you notice right there, Colorado's founded in 1876. Gilbert, Arizona equals 76. The Gilbert Police Department says Barry was arrested in Gilbert during the morning hours of June 20th by the Arizona Department of Public Safety. So you see that 76 connection with this murder of his wife. She's last seen on Mother's Day in Colorado. And you see how Colorado and Arizona, and Gilbert, Arizona in particular, where Barry was arrested, you see that 76 that connects, right? Now here's where we get really, 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 really amazing and undeniable connections here. Someone's going to have to I want you to tell me this is a coincidence. Notice she was last seen on Mother's Day, and I'm not seeing anything about a motive or anything. Okay, maybe we'll go look again, but I didn't hear anything in the news clip. I didn't see anything in the article. Notice Mother's Day, if you apply the reverse alphabet method, Mother's Day equals 142. In reverse, 142 is Arizona's birthday, the 14th day of the second month. And that is Valentine's Day. So she's last seen on Mother's Day, 2020, okay? In Colorado. He's arrested in Gilbert, Arizona. And Mother's Day equals 142, which is Arizona's birthday. And it's Valentine's Day. So you get Valentine's Day. You get Mother's Day. It's like as the riddles continue, even Morphew's got the M with their last name, like murder. M like mother. Okay? What's up with that? And Colorado, the 38th state. Colorado equals 38 and 83. Murder 38 and 83. Mother equals 83. Okay? And remember, a tranquilizer gun. You see that? Don't forget, the prosecutors had said they believed Morphew used a tranquilizer gun in his wife's murder. Okay, so these are just riddles. Don't forget, killing, RIP, death, all equal 38. Okay, in the 38th state. Her name even syncs up with the founding anniversary of Colorado. Okay, so let's advance here. Isn't this... I don't even know what to say, man. She was last seen Mother's Day 2020. Look at the date of Mother's Day. The last day she was seen. I guess alive, anyways. Look at this. Okay? The 10th day of the 5th month. That is 105. And Arizona equals 105. So did the tranquilizer gun... So did the tranquilizer kill her or what? That's my question. Right? Charged with first-degree murder of his wife. Indictment in Colorado says he used a BAM tranquilizer to kill her. Okay. So the BAM tranquilizer... Oops, we don't need to go to X. We don't need to go to X, do we? Let's go back over here. All right, so we're back here. Right? So they're saying this BAM tranquilizer killed her. Misled police, manipulated evidence, disposed of Suzanne's body to cover up the crime on Mother's Day 2020. All right. So we're just past the 5-year anniversary, and Mother's Day was a different date this year, and it's different dates. But wow. So they're saying the tranquilizer killed her. Let's put BAM tranquilizer in here as well, just kind of on the fly. All right. So I'm not really noticing anything with those. We may come back and look at those. We may come back and look at those here in a bit. But let's go back over here now. Look at that right there. Mother's Day 2020 was the 10th day of the 5th month. And Arizona equals 105. Now check this out. It's a 42-day span from... Now this would be the anniversary this year, but Mother's Day wasn't that day, but it's still the anniversary with the date, okay? The 10th day of the 5th month. This is the 5-year anniversary this year from Barry being arrested, which was Friday, June 20th. From the anniversary of the killing to his arrest, a 42-day span, and Arizona equals 42. So you get Arizona with the 42 connecting. You get Arizona with the 105 connecting to the date. And we have another 42 because dude was arrested in Gilbert, Arizona 42 days before the Colorado founding anniversary. That first day of the 8th month. And remember her name, 180, like the first day of the 8th month. Suzanne Morphew. Wow. Wow, right? You get the double 42. You get the double 42. Man, look at that. Connecting with Arizona, connecting with Colorado. You know what we're going to do? Let's put Arizona's birthday and run it to the arrest on the fly. Let's go over here. So let's put that Arizona Valentine birthday, which is 2/14. I hope I'm recording. Let me see. Whew, I'm recording. Good. So we got the Arizona birthday in here now, and he gets arrested June 20th. Oh. First off, let me tell you that this 126 hits heavy with Arizona, but look at this right here. Exactly 18 weeks after Arizona's birthday, Barry is arrested for the murder of his wife in Colorado. Look at how they put it. This is on the fly. 18 weeks, 0 days after Arizona's birthday, he's arrested, and her name equals 180. Look at that right there. Like 18, like Colorado's founding date is the first day of the 8th month, 18. What do you think about that on the fly? So it connects every which way. Even if you make it a span, Arizona's birthday, Valentine's. Remember, she was last seen on Mother's Day, so you get these two holidays. Look at that with the span, including the start and end date. Remember, it's 18 weeks, 0 days after Arizona's birthday. With the span, it's Arizona's birthday to his arrest. Look at that. 181, 18-week, 1-day span. 181 is the 42nd prime number when Arizona equals 42. Look at that right there. Look at that right there. When Arizona equals 42, and it's a 42-day span from the anniversary of her last being seen to this arrest, which was just this last Friday, June 20th, and 42 days he's arrested before the Colorado birthday. Holy crap. Holy crap. Undeniable. I told you, this is a fake platform. So I'm just getting that the information's just getting out there. It's not reaching everybody it needs to reach. It is what it is.
It was a number. It would be a competitive number.
Now we got to get through the ad.
Barry Morphew was taken into custody here in Gilbert, Arizona. The State Department of Public Safety helping with the arrest. Originally, we were told that this happened at a home in Gilbert, and Morphew did not resist the arrest. But the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office says Morphew was driving near the Gilbert Police Department and Town Civic Center and was pulled over. All of this developing Friday. Morphew was booked into the Maricopa County Jail. We're told he's set to have an initial appearance in front of a judge around 11 Friday night. Shortly after, we could get some more court documents that would be available. We'll see if we get those and how much more they share, including any details about his arrest. Morphew is listed on the county's website. It shows he's currently being held on a $3 million bond. For Scripps News Group, I'm Ashley Holden.
Wow. $3 million bond. They said
A breakthrough in the case is Suzanne.
They said her remains were found 3 years later.
Morphew's husband, Barry, is charged with her murder for a second time. It is a top story that the entire country has been following. A grand jury now indicting Barry Morphew, charging him with first-degree murder. He was taken into custody today in Gilbert, Arizona, a suburb of Phoenix. He's now being held on a $3 million bond. Tonight, Colorado's 12th Judicial District Attorney's Office says this charge has been a long time coming.
I can tell you that our law enforcement officers have never forgotten, have never given up.
This is so wild, y'all. So my last two decodes, the GZ decode, and now this one, I mean, talk about undeniable. Now, I think they had two daughters. This is a Fox 10 article here. I'm not seeing anything in here about the daughters. I mean, it's a sad story regardless, but it is absolutely by this code. They're saying a drug cocktail used to tranquilize wildlife was found in her system. A tranquilizer gun and accessories were found in Barry's home. Let's look up tranquilizer gun and darts. So something like this, I guess. I've never used one. Wow, right? So could this be like kind of related to all the SA stories that they keep talking about? You know, you think about like Diddy and all of the world stage stories. Not saying that they mention anything like this, but like a drug. That's what they said, right? A drug cocktail. That's interesting because their last name kind of sounds like morphine. Look at their last name. Morphew. I'm telling you, everything's ran on the language. Morphew. Last seen in her home in Salida, Colorado on Mother's Day. M. Murder. M. She went missing. M. But their last name is Morphew. And Morphew kind of sounds like morphine. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing, man? It's just amazing. So the whole world is like a riddle, y'all. The whole world we get these stories, it's a riddle. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. I don't know how it goes. Isn't this amazing? The 42s, the 18 weeks with the 0 when her name equals 180. The span with the 181, the 42nd prime number. The 42s that connect with Colorado and Arizona. Missing in Colorado, dude arrested in Gilbert, Arizona. Mother's Day, she goes missing, last seen, 105, like Arizona. He's arrested in Gilbert, Arizona. Even Mother's Day's got the 142. You get the 42 also. And that's Valentine's Day, the Arizona birthday. Man, I'm blown away, man. It's just incredible. Are these real characters? You know? Is this real? What is this? Is this magic? Is this an illusion? I'm blown away. Okay? So there's always going to be more with the story. That's going to be my breakdown. There's always something I miss. I may have to come in later and drop something in the comments. Okay? And I might have mentioned a couple times, I don't know when I'm dropping this. This may actually drop early as you're seeing it now. It may be early Sunday. I know I might have said yesterday, Friday, a couple of times. We're right on that brink right now. I'm recording this on Saturday. It may drop late Saturday, early Sunday. So if I misspoke at all, he was arrested Friday, June 20th. So if you're seeing this late on the 21st or very early on the 22nd, either way, you get my drift. Okay, Colorado murder suspect arrested in Gilbert maintains his innocence. I didn't hear anything about any kind of motive or anything. There may be more information out there. Maybe there's just nothing will be known for now. We'll see as all of this unfolds, you know, with any kind of like trial or whatever, you know. So until then, whatever happens, we'll see. Shout out to y'all again. A to Z Decodes now over here on Daily Decodes 812. All right. Until next time, peace. RIP, sympathy with any children involved here. All right, later.